Hello everyone, well done on your darker tones. We are going to move on to the mid-tones now. So I've got the picture up to the left of me on my laptop so I am able to see it. And I'm going to start with my mid-tones. I have made sure that my pencil is very sharp this time because we're using less pressure. So you're going to need a nice sharp pencil, and it's still a HB pencil. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the face part here first, and then I'm going to finish the rest on a time lapse like I did before. So I'm going to start with this part up here, and the pressure is very, very light. And some of you might struggle with this because the pressure is very, very light. That's why I said you need a nice sharp pencil. And don't worry if you can see loads of lines, because you are going to be blending it eventually with a cotton wool bud. And you can do that now to see how it looks if you want to. There we go. So I now think that the bit here that's supposed to be a darker tone, I probably need to add another layer on because it looks too similar. There we go. So make sure you're going in the same direction when you shade, because otherwise when you try to blend, it won't blend nice and smooth because you've got lines going in loads of different directions. So I'm just going to blend this in as well. There we go. And don't worry if you smudge stuff along the way, like smudge some of the detailed lines, because you can go back in, like the lips, you can't really see them anymore. Go back in and make sure that you can see them a bit more, and that's fine. So I'm going to carry on. Also, if you do it a bit too dark, you can rub it out very, very lightly. You can go over parts of it and rub it out and then re-blend parts in, that's fine. There we go, so that's now a little bit lighter. So I'm going to carry on now with some of the fin. So up here, especially this one here, it's quite light at the top, but it's quite mid-tone down here. So I'm going to shade this part in. And then with the lighter tones, you can always rub them out. You don't have to just miss them out, you can rub parts of them out. So I can see that like all down here is quite a light tone. So I'm going to rub part of that out, like so. There we go, and I've rubbed a bit of the lines out, so that's fine. I'm going to pop them back in. There we go. So I just want you to make sure that you're holding the pencil high up as well, because you're trying to do as less pressure as you possibly can, and you won't be able to do that if you hold it right down here. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit more now on the top fin up here. So I really am holding the pencil really high up so I can try and put as less pressure as I can on the pencil so I can get a nice mid-tone colour. So again, if I lose some of the lines, I can put them in after, that's absolutely fine. So you may notice that some of the darker areas aren't as dark as you want them to be. So you may need to go over parts of them, and that's fine. So I think that this bit needs to be a bit darker now. There we go. So that's what I'm going to do whilst talking you through. So what I'd like you to do is finish all the mid-tones on your fish, and then we will go into doing some of the texture and some of the highlights if there are any, and I will show you how I finish this in the time lapse.